Hey everyone, and welcome to my channel again. Today we are going to be making peanut butter banana bread. Now I'm showing tea here at first because I had just woken up from a nap and I really needed some tea before I was going to start making any kind of banana bread. So I'm just using loose leaf tea here, and yeah. So I had a lot of bananas that needed to be used up. So this is a great way to use up any leftover or really ripe bananas. And yeah, so go ahead and follow along, and you can also make this a recipe yourself. If you didn't see at the beginning, you need to preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and I will put the temperature in Celsius as well in the video, that way you know, and I will also link the recipe in the description. So now that we've got our tea made and out of the way, we're going to be nice and perky and ready to make our banana bread. So I used double for this recipe, so you need 3 large brown bananas, which means because it's double for me, I use 6. And also, you are going to need half a cup of creamy peanut butter. Any kind of peanut butter you want could work, but I prefer creamy over crunchy. And then I thought about it and thought maybe crunchy would actually be really good in this. You know, the peanuts would be crunchy, because normally with banana bread you put walnuts or something in it, but I didn't put any nuts in it this time. And I'm just using my good old potato masher here to mash up my bananas. You could also use a fork. You could use, if they're as soft as mine, where you could probably use a hand mixer as well. So, and the sound. Some people love that sound, but I don't know. It just sounds kind of icky to me. Now we're going to go ahead and scrape our creamy peanut butter in. Again, half a cup of creamy peanut butter, or if you're doubling like me, a cup. Trying to make sure we get every last bit out. Best part about the peanut butter is you get to lick the spoon afterwards. So next we're going to add a 1/4 cup of unsalted butter. Again, I used double, so that would be a half a cup. And mine was already salted, so I didn't add any salt into the flour dry mixture. If you would like to omit having to do that step, you can use salted butter. Just go ahead and mix it into the peanut butter and banana mixture. Fold it in, mix it in, it doesn't really matter. You can hear my little things in the sun things that rock in the window. You can hear them. That's how quiet it was. And I'm just getting the whisk here because I felt like that did not mix it very well. The, I think it's called a paddle spoon. I'm not sure what you call it. But I'm going ahead and just mixing it with my hand. I do eventually get the hand mixer out and mix it really well. That way everything's incorporated, especially when I get to the flour part. Next up, you're going to want to add a room temperature egg, a large egg. Again, 2 eggs for me, because I did double. And I will have a link to the recipe in the description again. I wanted to make sure I reminded you all about that. Mix the eggs in very well. Make sure to keep scraping the sides. And I forgot to record showing this, but 3/4 cup of packed light brown sugar. The first time I made this recipe, I used dark brown sugar, and I actually prefer the taste of the dark brown sugar. Yeah, you don't have to use sugar either. The bananas have a lot of sweetness in them, and so does the peanut butter. So if you want to completely make this sugar-free, you don't have to use any added sugars. Make sure you give it a good mix. Then I'm just adding my vanilla, which would be 1 teaspoon for the regular recipe, and then I used 2. I didn't measure it because I didn't have much left in the bottom of the bottle, so I just poured it. Next, you will need 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour, teaspoon of baking soda, and go ahead and mix them. The recipe does call for salt. Again, I omitted the salt because my butter was salted. Add half the flour mixture and mix it into the wet ingredients. This right here is where I would recommend a hand mixer, just because I feel like the whisk just was not breaking up the flour very well. So at this point, I would go ahead and get your hand mixer out, or if you're using a KitchenAid mixer, go ahead and just mix it that way. See, those big clumps of flour just did not want to mix in. Adding in the rest of the flour. This recipe also would be very, very good with some mini chocolate chips in it. Oh, that would be delicious. How does it we always end up making healthy things or semi-healthy things super unhealthy? I always want to find ways to add chocolate to desserts because I love chocolate. And here I just get out my hand mixer. I'm just like, forget it. The flour's not mixing that great, so I'm just going to mix it in with the hand mixer. And it does a great job. It gets it all incorporated in the end. My camera is wanting to focus on the mixer. I probably should have just zoomed out a bit more, but oh well. Mix, mix. And I did not pay attention, but that banana bread batter, that went everywhere when I did that. Go ahead and pour it into your prepared pans. I used Baker's Joy to go ahead and prepare my pans. No, I'm not using parchment paper. Baker's Joy has always worked great for me, so I just sprayed my pans with that. If you don't have that, you can just butter the pan and put flour in there. Shake out the pan, level it out. And then we're going to bake this in the oven for 50 to 65 minutes. Now for my glass pan, I actually had to bake it for a lot longer. I ended up baking it for an hour and I want to say 15 or 20 minutes because, you know, the glass, it takes a bit longer for it to bake. But the metal pan didn't take as long. And if you want, you can sprinkle some brown sugar on top. You don't have to, but you can. I just thought it looked pretty. This bread had just came out of the oven, so it was very, very hot. It was kind of burning my hand. If you want to, you could slice and put some peanut butter on the bread while it's warm, but I didn't do that. And it's a very, very moist, savory, delicious bread. So good. And I end up burning my mouth here because I am so impatient. I cannot wait. I want to try everything so fresh, and yeah, but I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope you try out this recipe. I'm blowing it off. Let me know what you think of the bread and if you tried it out. And yeah, I will see you all for the next video. I don't know what I have planned, but yeah, stick around and I will catch you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.